Hello, my friends. It's an early Sunday morning here in the great state of Michigan. So I figured I'd do a quick video. I bought a new desk lamp. Slide it out there. You can see things look a little brighter here now. So I don't know how it's going to work out. This is our first test. Let's see what's on the block. We got the Winchester in the back, the Taylor Eyewitness ox horn right there glowing with its buttery translucency. And right up front, I'm going to show this Barlow next. You guys are going to freak. It's a buffalo horn scales, and it's 440 steel apparently, but it's made in Pakistan, and I got it for $8. But it's actually done pretty well. So I'm going to do that next. First, I want to show you something that I just got, which is just gorgeous. Now, I overpaid for this. Usually I come right out and let's see, let's put our little sharpener up there. Usually I come out and tell you what a great deal I got. This one, it's a Schrade, Walden, New York. Approximately due to, from the date stamps on the tang, it's anywhere from a 1917 to a 1946. So there's a big gap. I'm thinking, just by looking at it, it's about 1930s, because it has a lot of characteristics of my Russell, which I'll put out there a little bit later. But like I said, I overpaid for it a little bit just because of its sheer beauty. The main clip point has been modified. The tip was broke off, and they one of the previous owners, if it was one owner or two owners or three owners, but one of them decided to reprofile it, and he did a marvelous job. So while we take a look at the scales here, it's all steel construction, steel bolsters with a beautiful patina on it, 3-pin construction. Let's get right to some of the fit and finish. Tight, tight, tight still. After how many years would that be? 80 years, 70 years, 70 to 80 years. Depends on if it's right at the 1946 mark. I think it's earlier than that. But let's go ahead, fit and finish. They're actually both down the middle. Now here's the kicker. It's got a half stop. Nice spring. Nice pop still. Holds tight. There's a slight wobble, but that's to be expected. Now look at this clip point here. Apparently someone decided to take a screw out or pry something, and they broke the tip off. But the guy that reprofiled this really did a good job. In fact, I like the way it looks. It's got a lot of flavor to it. And actually, it's going to be handy for me on my job, because what he did was, I don't know if we can see, sometimes it's new lighting, I don't know how it's looking, but too much reflection. It's not a center edge grind. He just did the one side and it's flat here. So one of the things I have to do at work is I have to cut these thermal conductivity pads, and when it's a center edge blade and you got a steel rule down and you cut, sometimes you go off. This here will stay right up against the edge, give me a nice straight cut. So I'm looking forward to taking this beauty to work. Look at the color of that bone. Look at the patina on that wicked edge that he put on, that profile. So I don't know, did I tell you I paid $58 for it? $58, which is right on my top line for vintage knives. I don't like going over $60 unless I can have it in my hand first. And when you're buying online, you got to trust the pictures. And it worked out pretty good. Just being a looker alone, it's worth 40, 50. I mean, this thing could stand on a street corner and earn a day's wages without doing anything. People driving by in cars, blowing their horn, throwing dollar bills out the window. That's how beautiful she is. So let's get this out of the way. It's my Spyderco I was kind of touching up. I know everyone's got their Victorinox sharpener, but this is my Spyderco pocket. They call it a double stuff. The good thing about this is when you're on the road, after you sharpen it, you can strop it down a little bit. Get all the burrs off. But we'll leave that off for another time. But, I mean, this thing's beautiful. Just gorgeous. Pen blade has a little metal missing. Let's see if we can see our stamp. Schrade Cut Company. Schrade Cut Company, Walden. Let's see if the other one was a little clearer. They got a little wear down in there. But we got lots of snap on both these blades. Pen blade's got it's probably only 80% left of the steel left. But that'll work out good at work. This is going to be a great work knife. As long as I don't get epoxy and stuff all over it. But let's kind of put it set it right here. See how it looks next to a 1930s John Russell and maybe a 1960s Schrade, not a Schrade Walden. And why not, let's put the Camillus up there. I think that's a 60s too. And since we're going for the broke, let's put up the Boker, 70s Boker. And let's take a little run by. I did the opposite side on that Schrade in the middle because I usually show the other side, and actually the back side has the better, because that's mammoth. Let's try and get better light here. Now that we got an adjustable light. I don't know if it's working right. Hang on, folks. Hang on, folks. This will be worth it, I promise. 1970s Boker, 1960s Camillus, 1960s Schrade, post Walden, 1930s Russell, 1930s Schrade Walden, possibly 40s, but just through the patina, that just looks like a 30s to me. So I make the rules. My show. So that's a 30s. Till someone can prove to me otherwise that it's not, I'm calling it a 1930s Schrade. This would be my vintage Barlows. Look at that mammoth in the middle, the cavity or decay. And one parting shot. Now I may maybe later on today do that Pakistani Barlow right there with real buffalo horn. So you may want to stay tuned. But I don't want to leave this yet. See if we can get some more. See what this backside looks like. Still got 15 seconds. And that's about it. Let's all pray today for the people on the front lines. We got Vinny out there in Northern Ireland, first responder with the ambulance service right on the front lines. Let's all pray he stays safe through it all. I mean, that's bravery when you're running towards the crisis instead of running away. But he's right in the mix, and I know a lot of you other guys are right in the mix too. We're kind of lucky here in Michigan. There hasn't been a widespread outbreak yet, but we're preparing for it. Had company over and had some good times and some song and dance, but it's time to really, break down and be prepared. So anyway, on that note, everyone, please take care. Please stay safe. And until the next video, take care. Bye.